Hi, today we are going to see about the repudiation of employee salary and benefits, deterrence under the Article 300A. What is called Article 300A? We all knows about the Constitution of India. Under that, Article 300A guarantees no person shall be deprived of his property save by authority of the law. So, the salary and benefits, surely, no doubt about it, comes under the property of the Indian Constitution. Say, for example, I am earning some amount of money by way of working in an organization, or I am working in a government sector. Thereby, I am getting monthly salary, and also I am getting some consequential benefits, that is, retirement benefits, because of I am working for an organization. Though the organization is backing me with the monetary benefits for my performance, but it is the property belongs to a person. That amount cannot be denied at any point of time with the reasonable cause. So that is protected under the Article 300A. With respect to employment laws, we are not seeing any other aspect under the Article 300A, only focusing on employment law. And the right to property is now categorized as a constitutional right. Earlier it was the fundamental right that has been changed in the year 1978 by way of amendment and doesn't enjoy the status of fundamental rights. And this is not like a freedom of right or the right to equality, that is right to freedom and right to equality. There are so many fundamental rights are available under the constitution. This is not like that, and the legal status of the right to property was changed. Therefore people were not allowed to approach the Supreme Court under the Article 32 of the Constitution of India, and the top court in the Jirubai Nambai Kachar versus State of Gujarat. In that case, it was held that right to property under Article 300A is not a basic feature or structure of the Constitution. It's only the constitutional right. Okay. Then, what is called property and how it is applicable under the employment law? In the famous case law R.C. Cooper versus Union of India, the Supreme Court said that property means, in the light of Article 300, includes land, money, contract, and interest in the property. So, we are all working in an organization by way of entering into the contract, that is called the employment contract under the Indian Constitution. So, the employment contract is also like a other contract, and thereby some consideration will be there, some terms of employment will be there, some condition of employment will be there, some performance is also required to get the money from the employer, that is salary or wage or something like that. So in the state of Kerala versus Padmanabhan Nair, the Abbas court held that right to pension is the forms of property. Okay, so here we are going to say that the salary, benefits, all these things will be treated as a property under the Article 300A in the Constitution. In the employment law, the salary and benefits are agreed between the parties and the performance should happen between the parties. The result in which payment will be in the form of salaries and benefits to an employee, and it cannot be denied by the employer. Denial is the violation under the Constitution. Because of this, the rights are protected under the statute, under the Employment Standing Order Act, or the Industrial Dispute Act, or by a way of Payment of Wages Act, or by a way of Payment of Bonus Act, or by a way of some other act in which the contract clauses are stipulated under the Indian Contract Act 1956. So, If someone violates, or some employer violates, or some employee can also violate, and thereby they are grieved because of their property is touched by someone, and because of that he could not able to get the benefit for the performance done under the employment contract. So he can move to the court and get redressed by way of filing the suit before the court, civil court or the high court. Thereby he can get a remedy. That is the remedy available under the Article 300A. Now we are going to see what are all the components that the salary components which come under the property. As we discussed earlier in the slides, terms and conditions defined by way of contract, that is appointment orders, standing order, policies, procedures, or circular, or by way of statute, or the SOPs, or the GOs, all should be within the scope of the statute. Say for example, someone is applying from the American Constitution, or someone is applying from the French Constitution, that won't applicable to India, right? Within the territory of India, all the citizens are the non-resident Indian. This section will be applicable. Article 300A will be applicable. How to invoke that Article 300A? When someone is denied to agreed monetary or non-monetary benefits, or the delayed payments and not in the retrospective when this is due, questioning the payment during the present status quo of an employee, denial by way of present phenomena of the statute. Say for example, I have agreed and made a contract with one employee to pay the monthly salary of 10,000. I am not paying. If he is on leave, or whatever the gratuity which is agreed in the appointment terms and conditions, and I am not extending some promotions backed with some of the benefits for the promotion, all these things, if the employer denies, the employee can invoke the Article 300A and he can get the remedy. That is the last resort. You would have knocked so many doors before that. And the last resort which is available under the Article 300A. And now we are going to see there are few case laws. In one case, in the case of Dharam Sawant and Vidarbha Gangan Gramin Bank, the statutory leave encashment to be provided, which is denied for the last 3 decades. So, in this case, the encashment of the has not been provided to one employee for the last 3 decades. So, he invoked the Article 300A and get retrieved the benefit out from the Article 300A. And Roadways Karmachari Samyukt Parishad Uttarakhand versus State of Uttarakhand. In this famous case, salaries were not paid months together, and the court asked the state government and the respective state government corporation, that is director of the state government, and he said that we have deposited the amount before the respective authority and remaining will be paid later. The court disagreed. Thus, Uttarakhand High Court disagreed and asked them to pay entire amount and said that whatever the salary amount which is due, and you have to deposit this thing with immediate effect. If not, you are not adhering to the statute and you will face the consequences. That is the direction given in this subject. And in the Andhra Pradesh High Court, employees was under the criminal trial for bribery case, and he has been inflicted with a 2 years rigorous imprisonment. Subsequent to that, he has applied for the leave encashment, and that amount was denied because the payment authority had a dilemma whether when a person under the criminal proceedings and all, whether the leave encashment amount can be paid or not. That is the question before the authority. Then the Andhra Pradesh High Court cleared that whatever the leave encashment amount that is due for an employee, that is the property for an employee, and you cannot touch that amount. That's what they said in the Andhra Pradesh High Court government judgment. In the case of Jharkhand High Court, another famous case, there are so many daily wage employees were there, and they asked to regularize their employment. In that case, they regularized their employment. Subsequent to the time of retirement, they asked for the benefits from the day of they are working as a daily wager, but the government has not given the payment from the day of their appointment, that is from the day of they have appointed as a daily wage. So they approached the court by invoking the Article 300A. Then the court directed the government to pay the whatever the payment due for them, that is salary, increment and everything, to be paid from the day of they are working, that is from the day of they are being a daily wage earners. That was the judgment under the Jharkhand High Court. And in the case of Harish Rathala versus State of Jharkhand, this is very famous case. Employee was under medical leave, and subsequent to that he has appeared before the medical board. The medical board refused to give the medical leave. Subsequent to the leave has been granted, and they said that you are not fit enough to join the duty, and he has approached the appropriate authority to pay the wages for the whatever he was period he was under the medical leave after producing the medical fitness. But the government has not given the money for that employee. Subsequent to that, he knocked the door before the court, that is Uttarakhand court, and court said that he has availed the medical leave with the genuine reasons, and he has given the medical fitness also, and he has given the medical certificate also for the days of he was under the medical leave. Then what is the reason you are keeping the money? Then he has approached the Article 300A. Under that he has got relief. These are all the some of the famous case laws which are available by invoking the Article 300A to get redress their grievances for the salaries and benefits under Article 300A. See, now we have seen what are all the things we have seen. See, this is not a case, or we cannot file the cases for the right to freedom or right to equality under this Article 300A. And this is the constitutional right after 1978. A relief can be availed which is denied under the statute by invoking the Article 300A, because this is the statutory benefits which are denied by someone, and he shout for the benefits by invoking the Article 300A. Remedies available to all residents, irrespective of the residence, that is resident in India, non-resident of India. Everyone can invoke the Article 300A. This is created as a property, and no one is allowed to destroy or withdraw the unless aggrieved allowed to do. So these are all the some of the keynotes, and this is this Article 300A under the Indian Constitution is the famous thing, and the right to property is all the salaries and benefits will fall under the category of right to property, and if someone would not be able to avail his benefits from their employer, whatever the period which is available under the statute, they can approach the court after they knocked so many doors, they can get the relief from the by invoking the Article 300A from the respective court, that is from the civil court or the high court. So this is what I want to present today, and kindly subscribe to Murali HR if you would like to subscribe to my channel. If you till now you have not subscribed to my channel, and you can enjoy some of the slides which is presented earlier before, and you can also enjoy in future. Thank you, and I will meet you once again. Thank you very much.